Hi, my name is Raquel. I'm an employee here at the Succulents box, and today I'm going to teach you how to do a DIY pumpkin succulent arrangement. They're super trendy right now, and as you can see, we have one here on our side. And you can really pick any type of pumpkin. I prefer to use real pumpkins. You can also even just use a fake one, or they have foam type pumpkins as well. But I prefer the real ones. I just think they're so much prettier in person. A few things you're gonna need: some spray tacky glue, and then a tacky glue. I have the quick dry type. You can also use a glue gun, a hot glue gun, but I just prefer to use this tacky glue. Scissors, and that's pretty much it. And a bunch of succulents, of course. To begin, I'm gonna go ahead and spray my pumpkin. You wanna make sure your pumpkin is free of any puncture marks so that it won't rot. So you definitely don't want this to rot. It will eventually rot, but it'll last you at least 6 to 8 weeks. So I'm gonna spray the top of my pumpkin here, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab some moss. I have green moss that I'll be using today, and I'm just gonna kind of press this down where it kind of lands and where it sticks. That works so easy. That's why I like the spray. And now we can begin by selecting some succulents. I like to have something tall in the middle and then a nice big piece. So I'm gonna start with this echeveria here. Now, if you're using clippings, that's absolutely fine too. I just happen to have these here, and I will be clipping from some of them. So see, I'll be putting this here, and I'm just gonna glue directly. You can glue directly on the moss, or even a little bit on your plant. And this doesn't hurt the plant at all. That's why I also prefer the tacky glue over hot glue. I know the hot glue doesn't hurt it either, but I just prefer to do this method. And I'm gonna hold it for a second. While this is drying, I think I'll go for something kind of bright. And for this, I will be clipping. I'm just gonna clip these stems here as low as I can go, so I've got a nice, and I'll be gluing, again, on the plant or even on the moss is fine. And I love these because they're green and yellow with a little tiny pink margin at the end. And I've clipped another little piece. I'll just be adding here, and I'm actually using the stem for a little bit more height. So my next plant, I'll probably go ahead and put this purple Debbie just because I think it's so beautiful. So there we have it. And like I said, I've switched to my hot glue gun, and I'll go ahead and glue straight onto the moss here. And now that I've got two large succulents on here, I think I'll go ahead and start putting in some smaller ones. I like to have different size, texture, and color, of course. Put a little more glue for good measure. So the thing with the pumpkin succulents is you can always, once you're done, once the season's over, Halloween or Thanksgiving, you can always just go ahead and pull the succulents off of the pumpkin. If your pumpkin happens to rot, you can pull it off and always use them again. I've also heard you can bury the entire pumpkin into the ground, and then it'll decompose in there and leave your succulents out, so that's another option. Maybe now a little Lola. I'll just glue right onto here. So there's the Lola, and I feel like pumpkin succulent would not be complete without something trailing off of it. So I have a few strands of this string of dolphin that I'll be using just to kind of like hang it down below here. I'll go ahead and snip some of this dirt off of it and attaching this down below as well. I'm gonna fill in a few spots here with a few other smaller succulents. I'm taking off the bottom leaves just to leave a little bit of a stem. So I'll probably add something here. Let's see, maybe a little Vera Higgins. I think I'll add a little red one here. It's coming along. This is really easy. And there you have it, pumpkin succulent arrangement. So easy and so festive.
For more, you can find us at succulentsbox.com or on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest.